the high ground.
Oh, there's the rollout straight over the top. Oh, the uppercut, the flashbang. Doesn't matter though.
Melee him. Oh, wow. That's a statement maker right there from Eileen. I like how they're just playing this a lot slower. And Eileen with a follow-up? Okay, this is already a flashy enough to notice that Eileen, we pinpointed this player yesterday, and now you can see exactly why.
Okay.
Already finding 3 kills at the start. It doesn't even matter if the NYXL capture the point first. In the way that things were going to start off already. Eileen just looks like he's building up so much for the rest of the team. The minefields now coming on board with the duplicate too. Having that grab is just such a good idea here for the NYXL because now they've taken back the point. Yakung is going to be able to dive right back in with the Primal, but we have some trades going in, but both of the tanks here looking at the charge have fallen through, and that's going to allow the NYXL to maintain this lead on the point.
Oh, Jonah, a little one.
The piece, the Meteor Strike now is going to come online, and Krong finds Friday. That's a big startup for the Pig. This is the way for them to reverse the situation back in their favor, and Eileen's going to already finish up the support lineup from the rest of the NYXL. Big anti into Bianca, and that's going to be the charge taking over this point.
Oh, Eileen kills 3. Oh my word, Eileen just killed 3. It's pretty been a meta, by the way.
And is he gonna do it again? Feather with another grab. Is gonna have Krong though. That's gonna have the grab first. Floor finds Crib in the back with the Deadeye. But currently you have the charge that still have the lead, but Bianca evens things out. What a way that these fights have gone through between 99 and 99%. The point that has been flipping back and forth, but you can see the charge. They took their time, and now the NYXL have set it over to overtime.
OT's in session. Choice one's going to go down. It's going to tick down as well. There you go. MY hexing on the point already.
And finding Feather off to the side here. 2 doesn't find him, but it's going to be Jonak who goes down from this repositioning from Chosewan, who's going to get onto the point first. I like this positioning that you made note of, actually, the way that Charge had taken the initiative and getting to the...
You're going to have to stagger back just a little bit if you're a team getting dodged by a Doomfist.
Oh,
Speaking of which, Jonak's dead already.
Yeah, and Eileen knew where his target was, too. And Jihun, who finds 2 off the map. Everyone's taking a party in the other side of this.
Mines as well. Feather's going to try and stave off some of this aggression. Jacques gets nanoed.
Eileen, another pick here for Eileen, putting the number advantage, make it 2. He's been absolutely a fire, but we also need to highlight Krong, who's been able to get the follow-up so well from Crib, who's been pressuring a lot of these people. And it's such a good idea, too, on this map. Flora finally shuts down Eileen, but at the cost of Flora's own life, as Krong is right there to punish them. Friday gets the res onto Flora, but it's Bianca who's forced to hold back here. The rally's going to allow the charge to maintain this aggression, but you currently have the NYXL regaining a lot of their strength, and Friday's going to be able to build into this Valve, and it's going to be Feather utilizing the duplicate. Eileen's already creating a menace, or being a menace, rather, in the back lines, but Flora calls him out before Eileen does. Friday had that Valve to help out, but it's not going to be enough with Yakung falling next. Flora now being able to control some space, trying to find an angle with the Deadeye. Not going to be successful, but it's going to be Jihun, who also now has found Friday. Luckily, Jonak will be able to rotate in, but the NYXL are just trickling at this point. It's going to be up to the charge to hold this.
Just ever so slightly high enough to actually touch the point, but I don't think it's going to matter at the end of it. Flora takes that choice to one, but this looks like it's going to be over, Vicky.
Flora going onto the Doomfist. They're tired of Eileen right now, Jaws. It's just been a menace. Krong's taking care of Bianca, but these trades are going more so in favor of the charge, with Krong popping off Jihoon now on the ball, getting so many of these environmental picks. Jonak took a lot of damage there. Luckily, we'll be able to retaliate, and Feather goes down first. That's going to be a big deal here for the charge, as you can already see the way that they're building into some of these ultimates already. Krong up ahead, and they are going to be able to get the point first. Floor goes down, and making some of these adjustments have not been easy, as the charge is just constantly running into the NYXL. Jaehoon specifically, I love this tank lineup from the charge, and he's been consistently getting these environmental picks.
Transforms those straight into Monkey.
Oh, and straight into Flora, too. The moment Flora activated the Deadeye. Oh, can Feather get away? And Choice One now having following the Primal up so quickly after utilizing this duplicate, and he's found 2, making 3 in total after the initiative of this fight here. And the way that Choice of One just played this has now forced out the rest of NYXL to go over to the side, but with Feather getting the Diva Bomb already, Eileen's in the back, and this is not the position that you want to be in when it comes to Eileen, who's been such a threat so far. Crib's gone down though, and Mandu already utilized that Valk, and Eileen gets taken out, but Eileen was one in that situation, as the point is forced to get flipped by the NYXL. I mean, you're currently easily making your way over to 99%. They luckily flipped the point, but a lot of that momentum had been lost with the Charge.
They're not going to really be able to get much with this, and even if they do, it's going to be a fairly easy fight for the Charge next. Both Arnas end up trading. In fact, Flora goes down as well. Jihan's on a tear. And he drops the race too.
Doing? What is he doing? He's been an absolute menace, disrupting the piece. And honestly, Josh, this is what I was expecting when I saw the hero. Saw that happening, and Flora now has used up the Deadeye. You currently see the way that both of these teams are kind of spread out. They're just trying to utilize the pillar in the middle for cover. It's going to be Choice of One on the duplicate and finding Yakpeng. Luckily though, the minefields, both of these Echoes duplicating the tanks. That's how you have to play this out now, Jaws. Now the Charge, they've been able to maintain this lead, putting Bianca to sleep, and that's one way to maintain this first map. Luckily though, the NYXL, they're not giving up, and they're not giving up easily. Yakpeng is still in this fight. He's still trying to roll back in. Luckily though, the rest of the Charge have cleaned things up around the NYXL.
Wow, what a, I would say different look from the Charge, but I'm honest.
Some attention though, and diving right into the high ground. Rio and Kronk took so much damage, but Choice of One now being able to find Friday. That's a support down from the NYXL, and they don't have that spawn advantage that you currently see. Big anti onto Jonak. He survives somehow. But not so late here. Yakpeng also takes a lot of that damage. There was so much chaos happening behind this point. You saw that the NYXL were actually trying to back off a little bit.
Great lot of space with that high noon.
Wow, these antis. Eileen actually falls because of that. This one has that duplicate onto the Ana to try to get that nano boost, but really isn't getting much off of it with the rest of the Charge taking so much damage. Rio's gonna go down to that anti too. A nice follow from Flora to help make sure that they solidify that pick. And the NYXL finally found their footing here at Jaws, and you can really see the way that they're kind of staggering the Charge. That the Charge have kind of lost that momentum now. Oh, and it's Yakpeng who's gonna come back here. Flora gets the headshot onto Mandu, but it's the Charge that have found 2 against the NYXL. Feather won't be able to use that duplicate. Friday's trying to hold back, helping out Yakpeng in the process, but with Flora going down, they may want to go for a reset at this point, because you already see Rio has blood in his eyes, and he wants to make sure he can finalize that. These engagements has been phenomenal. Now they're sandwiching NYXL, and they isolate Jonak in the process. The anti is going to be the one to nail Jonak in the coffin. Flora's gonna go down here too, and this is scary. Whenever I see Charge gaining that momentum, that's it. You really only have a primal Yakpeng on the point to stop you, but for how much longer now that the NYX have to go for another reset?
Man, I was gonna reserve my judgment for the Charge, and I said, I want to see map number 2 before.
You're so familiar with Jaws. I mean, overall in Hollywood, they have an 83% win rate, but the Charge are not making it look like that.
Oh my word. Choice of One, Eileen, everybody's just getting kills on the Charge. There's nothing that NYXL can do. They can't even make a dent in the armor that is the Guangzhou Charge right now. Mandu at least goes down to the high noon, but is it going to be enough?
This is something at least here, Jaws, but Choice of One has been uncontested. He's the real threat, and he finds a quick 2K onto both Yakpeng and Flora. This line of sight that we're seeing, and a Deadeye, he hasn't been stopped. No one stopped him. They're trying, but he hasn't even been put to sleep. Jonak's not even alive, and they were able to take this payload so quickly, Jaws. I mean, take a look at this time bank.
Should be able to get out here. He's going to have Primal Rage. Oh, no, he gets slept. Doesn't get the Primal. Can they actually finish him off? They do. Very good start, and now Crib's in trouble.
And he's by himself. There's nowhere for him to go. Instead of just Feather tossing him around, Rio trying to help him out, but he's found Jonak. Once again, Rio and Kronk together, this synergy of this tank lineup has been insane. He's been able to split the piece, and the NYXL gets so close, but they're shoved off the point from that primal. Now Yakpeng, it's his turn to be able to juggle a lot of these people off of this point, and instead it's going to be the Charge that have a lot of these ultimates to work with, the NYXL too, but Feathers found Kronk, who's made a pretty big impact. Luckily though, the NYXL are trying to contest this point. They're trying to finally get this payload moving, and it's Feather who's popping up in the side room. He said, all right, Choice One has had his fun. Now it's my turn to shine for once.
Eileen's still killing people, Vicky. This isn't over. NYXL now have to back out.
What? The duplicate now from Feather. Let's see if Feather could do something. It's going to be Choice One, though, with the focusing beam. And Eileen taking a nap. That was a big sleep, especially with that positioning that Eileen had with the Deadeye. Currently have the duplicate still on for Feather, but he took so much damage there. That was actually thanks to the change and the patch that we're currently playing on in comparison to what we had seen from the Melee. And it's the Charge again, finding these picks, Jaws. NYXL have not been able to even capture this point, and they have less than 30 seconds to do it.
They have 25 seconds remaining. Bianca and Yukpong just go down here. This is looking extraordinary. And can anybody touch it? Only just.
Oh, whoa, that was so close. It was Friday with a Valve. Although we're fighting these picks, but Choice One gets stunned right there. That was a good follow. Friday is the one that takes care of Choice One. Friday's like, I'll take matters into my own hands. It's not Friday, it's Sunday here, but the NYXL have a fighting chance. They finally get this payload moving, just to avoid this Diva Bomb from the Echo duplicate from Choice One, who's once again just been on a tear. Krong has found Jonak, and the Charge have now been able to not only split the NYXL's forces thin, Yukpong has been forced out to use that Primal after getting antied and taking so much damage. Who's gonna stop Choice One, though? He's getting away with murder just like we saw when they were on the attack.
Choice One's going to kill Feather off Azul, and this is, again, last fight territory.
Wow.
With a very, very cold... Shouldn't be too difficult, as it's just under this walkway, but Feather's already dead.
Yeah, they gotta stay in, and so is Friday, Jaws. That's already 2 down, but we're finding some picks, though, into the Charge, and it's gonna be the support lineup going down. Is it gonna be enough with Rio having that Primal? Now, as they are trying to push this point, you can see Rio, he's managing to keep Bianca off the point. They have to avoid the Diva Bomb, and Charge are still finding some of these picks. One person left, but nobody left to touch the point. What a performance. The competition, rather, going into the way that the Charge are playing. I mean, they're not really getting too much out of it.
Oh, I just got punched. He actually just got decked. Unlucky. What? Krong's in the back line, by the way. He's just demolishing the front line. Someone should punish him, maybe, potentially. Please kill him. Thank you very much. He's finally dead. The NYXL just leg Krong into the back line and kill him off. Okay, Guangzhou, yeah, not doing too bad now. Mike Haley ends up going down. Ivy's got the nano boost. Oh, he's coming out, finally.
Oh, yep, with the nano boost, it's gonna be Ivy, though, tearing his way through, finding 3, and what a statement. And those are 3 of the players that had their ultimates ready, too, so that is one way to definitely build up and keep that lead, as you are gonna be able to push that. Anti, big Anti, Kriv is forced to utilize the immortality field, and he's taken out of the fight right away. Yukpong, with these primals, has been able to disrupt a lot of the Charge, and now finding Mikey Lee over to the side here. That's one way to go about it. He's still in the backlines too, by the way, from the Charge, but Choice One has found his Ditto, and he's been able to successfully take care of Ivy in the process, making Friday too, and Bianca. He doesn't need anything but that supercharger that you made mention of, Jaws.
Oh, okay, nice little double dash there. That looked pretty fancy. Not quite a ghost dash, but looked pretty good nonetheless. Yeah, I said, probably Winston, looks like it. Yukpong gets nanoed, he jumps in, but Flux is coming out.
Yeah, the Gravitic Flux stopped them immediately when they try to dive in, and now the NYXL are getting mollywopped in this room. There's nowhere to go, and with so many people caught this here, as Kriv is slowly getting up with that nano boost. He gets put to sleep. He got put to sleep, but Kriv is about to get the nano boost. If he can try to do something, he's still kidding me. He gets a 3K. How did he get woken up? Who did this? Make it a 4K. Why have you done this? They had a plan, and now he's gonna try to make it 4.
Completely wasting them. Oh, the deflected sleep onto Jonak. Unlucky. They're going to be able to touch as well. Choice One's got the blade, but he instantly goes down. Guangzhou coming alive. Karim and Choice One dead. This should just be the point. Oh my word. Mike Haley, don't know where his head's gone. Well, I know. It's actually on the back of that wall, splattered all over it. 1 minute.
Matter of not getting picked off first. It's the Mike Haley battle versus Guangzhou, but here comes Choice One with this blade. Now diving right in with a nano blade, finding 2. Now getting onto the high ground. That's gonna put a dent to NYXL's plans. It's gonna be a cleanup here. Friday, you're forced to get out of there. Bianca's gonna get staggered, and that's gonna be a big deal now, especially with only. But can he stay on the payload? That's the problem here. They're trying to isolate the threat that's been Mike Haley, and he's gone too. Ivy now having that blade does find Krong. NYXL, they're finding these necessary picks that they need here. The Diva Bomb, not gonna find anybody, but luckily for Bianca, does control a lot of that space. Now currently the Charge are falling down as the NYXL are moving right back in.
Still, we're all unlucky. Okay, Crib going down there might be a swap over. Closing in on that final point.
Oh, finding both supports, but they found Krong in the process as he does use that flux that you may mention of, and Rio goes down too. What a way to end things, because the NYXL did not. He's getting into position. He could find Friday here. You see him trying to go for it. He gets hit by an anti, but it doesn't matter. He still found Ivy, and Jonak goes down. Amazing follow from Mandu there after that anti, and Mykaeli goes down too. It's Friday having a ball, and Mykaeli goes down to the aggressive Mercy. NYXL are still holding their ground despite choice of one.
Problem is, Mykaeli is now activated slightly so far in the backline. Big flux.
Ooh, and finding Punk, that was absolutely huge. And now finalizing Bianca after taking so much damage from that flux. Here comes Mykaeli though, and cleaning up around Jonak and make it too. What a flex. Sit down, Guangbang, you're out of this fight. But the NYXL, I love the way that they've been rotating into this. They're so quick, saw the situation, and now the rally though, Punk taking a lot of damage and going to sleep, but big anti finding 4 onto the Charge. Not gonna be able to get anything off of it because it's gonna be Mykaeli who manages to find Ivy. I love the DPS lineup popping off here from the Charge, and we're gonna have a cleanup from Choice of One, ending things up with a team wipe, and now they are gonna be able to get this first going in, and it's gonna be Yakpun with the Primal, but the Gravitic Flux that we're seeing from Krong, especially in the same room as before. Do the NYXL learn their lesson? It's gonna be Ivy though with a change of pace and finding 3 here with this blade. I love the follow-up though. With that follow-up, it's actually gonna be 4, and Ivy.
Which is the only problem I can see, and the nano boost of course.
Oh, he did, but Jonak gets the anti-pick off of Mykaeli. Okay, they trade that though, and Crib is gonna go down, but before that, Ivy's gonna meet his maker. Friday keeps Ivy back in this fight, and that's gonna be the number advantage going in favor of the NYXL. Once again, winning another fight, and
oh my word, already though, look, Ivy's just dashed in. They just take the fight to them. As soon as they see the Chargers split off, they go in for the kill.
That's how lethal these close-range fights are, but it's going to be Choice One who's going to be able to get Guangbang, and now the NYXL are nowhere to be seen to maintain this defense. Ivy's going to meet up with the rest of the team, and so is Friday. Luckily, though, the Charge with another Primal to disrupt the piece. He's found Mandu, and that's a big pick here, considering that it just leaves Karib with the sustainability. Here comes Ivy, though, with the Blade. Jonak has found Krong, and that's 3 out from the Charge. Karib is going to glue down, but yeah, they need to stay on the point. And unfortunately, they don't. There was too many bodies out of the field. Yep, this is the engagement, and that's exactly what they're doing right here. It's going to be Feather, going to be able to go in with the focusing beam and to follow from the rest of the tanks, but big anti, that's going to cost Yakpun and Friday to fall. Make it 3, Jonak 2. That was a great way for Choice One to really take full utilization of that moment. Krong finding 2. The Charge are forcing the NYXL to reset at that point, but what a strong opening, though, from the Charge. They continuously look at themselves. They haven't utilized it just yet, but in the backlines they will, and it's going to be Niana and the Nano to the anti and the sleep going in. Flora. That's it for Flora. He's out of this fight, and the Charger's still finding a lot of these picks. Choice of One with his duplicates. I know we pointed it out earlier, Josh, but wow, just the way that he's been able to take full utilization over using probably the best ultimate in the game. The Chargers still managing to find these picks, and between Choice of One and Eileen, they are managing to get onto the point, but here comes the 7th member of the team. Eileen is completely booped Feather, and with that coach gun, taking Feather out of that fight. Now holding onto this choke point though, as Eileen's the threat, the Diva Bomb on the point from Bianca. They've already found 2 ticks, but someone needs to contest the point. Eileen's having a ball in the front, but the rest of the Charge have made their way over to find out what's going on the point here, and it's gonna be both Bianca and Yakpun. Luckily though, Jonak's taking a lot of damage, but they don't touch the point. They were right there. Bianca was right there. Down, but luckily Crib is still alive, and currently with the Charge making their way over to the point, they're able to find some of these picks, finding Flora onto the NYXL and these sleeps. That's both supports out. Eileen, somebody stop them. They are losing bodies, and they're losing them fast, and Eileen just got a quick 3K to allow the Charge to take this series over the NYXL.
Oh my goodness, Choice of One, an absolute beast. This guy looking Rookie of the Year potential already. Okay, wait a minute. It's not over just yet. That was close though. Oh wait, now it's over. There we go. Boostio as well on the point for good measure. The Guangzhou Charge take down the NYXL 3-1. This was their big turnaround game, but this was also the big turnaround game for the NYXL as well, Vicky. They look good in their last series. They look very good in their last series against Philly. It could have been Philly with a little bit of shaky nerves or a bit of shakiness from Carpe, some people were saying.